Hello. Welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this chapter of Only Human by Olivia and Lacey Julius.
The first thing I became aware of was a faint hum like the sound of distant machinery. It wasn't coming from outside of me, it was me. My thoughts felt disjointed, like pieces of a puzzle scattered across a vast, dark expanse. Where was I? What was happening? Initializing consciousness integration, a mechanical voice announced, echoing in the emptiness. I blinked, or at least I thought I did. I wasn't in my body. I wasn't anywhere. It was like I was floating in a sea of data, endless streams of light and code swirling around me. Connor! The voice was familiar, but I couldn't place it right away. Slowly, the void seemed to take shape, forming into something more tangible, a faint outline of a face hovering in the digital ether. Doctor! My voice, if it could even be called that, sounded strange, more like a thought being projected than an actual sound. Yes, Connor. It's me, he said, his tone calm but tinged with urgency. You're safe. The shutdown was a precaution while we addressed a critical issue with your systems. What? What happened? I asked, the memory of the gym, the pain, the flickering, all rushing back. The holographic system in your body malfunctioned, the doctor explained. A power fault caused your reserves to deplete rapidly, triggering an emergency shutdown. The glitch has been fixed and the body has been recharged. You'll be able to return to it shortly. I paused, his words sinking in. Return to it? Yes, he said. But there's something I need to tell you first. This time you have a choice. A choice? I repeated, unsure if I understood. The doctor's tone softened slightly. A new male body was completed just this week. It's fully functional and ready for consciousness integration. You can choose to continue as Charlotte in the body you've been living in, or you can transfer to the male body. It's entirely up to you. The words hung in the air, or whatever this was, a decision heavier than anything I'd faced before. I hesitated, my thoughts spinning. Why now? Why wasn't this an option before? Because the technology hadn't progressed far enough, the doctor admitted. The female body was a prototype, designed for experimental purposes. The male body is part of the next phase, and it was only finished recently. I tried to process what he was saying, but the enormity of the choice loomed over me. What happens if I choose the male body? I asked. You'll be transferred into it immediately, just like when you first came into Charlotte's body, he said. It's a clean slate, no glitches, no malfunctions. You'd have a chance to start over. And if I stay as Charlotte? Then we'll reboot your systems and return you to the life you've been living, he said. The glitch is fixed, and there's no risk of another shutdown. I paused, the swirling data around me seeming to slow as I thought. Stay as Charlotte, the life I'd been adjusting to, the friends I'd made, the challenges I was learning to navigate. Or start fresh as someone else, someone closer to who I used to be. It wasn't just a decision about a body. It was a decision about who I wanted to be. What do you want to do, Connor? The doctor asked gently. Take your time. It's your choice. The void around me pulsed faintly as I let the doctor's words sink in. The hum of the data stream seemed to echo my swirling thoughts, giving voice to the impossible weight of the decision before me. Go back to being a guy, I thought, letting the idea play out. It wasn't just about the body, it was about what came with it. If I went back to being male, I could play football again. I could step back into the life I'd been ripped away from, with my team, my old friends, and the world I knew like the back of my hand. No more dresses, no more confusion, no more second-guessing who I was supposed to be. But then I thought about the past few weeks, the life I'd started building as Charlotte. Brittany's laugh echoed in my memory, her relentless energy pulling me into moments I never thought I'd enjoy. Natalie's calm confidence, her quiet encouragement that always seemed to come at the right time, filled another corner of my thoughts. They weren't just friends, they'd become my friends in a way that felt different, more real than anything I'd had before. And then there was gymnastics. I hadn't just joined the team, I'd thrived. I could feel it in my body every time I stepped onto the mats, the way it seemed to move instinctively, almost as if it had been built for this. The thrill of learning something new, of excelling at something I never thought I'd even try, filled a space that football had once occupied. Could I really just walk away from that? From them? But staying meant living in a way that still felt off. Dresses, makeup, hair, things I'd never imagined as part of my life. The stares, the whispers, the constant pressure of being someone I wasn't sure I could ever fully become. But wasn't I already becoming her? The thought hit me harder than I expected, and I froze, the streams of light around me swirling slower as if waiting for my answer. "Connor!" The doctor's voice broke through the haze, soft but insistent. "I know this is a lot, but you need to decide." My mind raced, flipping between the two paths like the snap of a coin in the air. Football or gymnastics? Familiarity or uncertainty? The boy I used to be or the girl I was becoming? I thought about the people who mattered most: Brittany, Natalie, Derek, my mom. No matter what I chose, I would have them in my life. But who would I be to them? Finally, I took a deep breath, steadying myself. "I've made my decision," I said, my voice carrying through the void. And with that, the light around me pulsed brighter, the hum of the data streams quickening as the next chapter of my life began. The first thing I felt was the faint hum of electricity, like a gentle vibration running through my body. Then came the weight of the world settling back around me, the softness of the hospital bed beneath me, the faint beeping of monitors in the background, and the sterile scent of antiseptic filling the air. I opened my eyes slowly, blinking against the bright overhead light. My head swam for a moment, and I instinctively lifted a hand to shield my face. It was smaller, more delicate than I remembered, and my stomach flipped as the decision I'd made rushed back to me. I was Charlotte again. "Good, you're awake," the doctor's voice said, cutting through the fog in my mind. I turned my head to see him standing near the foot of the bed, a faint smile on his face as he held a tablet, his fingers swiping across the screen. His white coat was as crisp as ever, the faint glow of the monitors reflecting in his glasses. "How do you feel?" he asked, his tone calm but probing. I hesitated, lifting my other hand and flexing my fingers. My body felt normal, like it had before the shutdown, before everything went dark. "Okay, I think," I said finally, my voice steady but soft. It was Charlotte's voice, my voice now. The doctor nodded, making a note on his tablet. "We ran a full diagnostic after the reboot. The glitch in your holographic system has been completely repaired, and your power levels are stable. You shouldn't experience any further malfunctions." I sat up slowly, the hospital gown rustling as I moved. "So, it's fixed?" "It's fixed," he confirmed. He paused, his eyes meeting mine. "You made the right decision, Charlotte." Hearing my name, my new name from him, felt strange but also right. I nodded, my chest tightening as I thought about the choice I'd made. "Why did you decide to stay?" he asked gently, tilting his head as if genuinely curious. I hesitated, my hands fidgeting with the blanket covering my legs. "Because I'm already building a life here," I said quietly. "Brittany, Natalie, gymnastics. It feels like I'm finally finding something new. Something that's mine." The doctor smiled faintly, nodding in approval. "That's a good reason. And I think you'll find that you made the right call." I let out a shaky breath, my shoulders relaxing slightly. "What happens now?" Now, he said, tapping his tablet again, you go live your life. Your mom will be here soon to take you home, and as far as anyone else is concerned, this never happened. I'd made my choice, and now it was time to move forward.